Assalamu alaikum guys, welcome back to my channel. So, forgive the rant that's about to come, which is, this kind of corporate Islamophobia that we've been seeing a lot recently. So, first off, obviously with Nike, with, their advert with the niqabi skating into a picture and then skating out of it as a member of the LGBT community. Kanye West's new Yeezy line, Israfil. And, for any of those who don't know what Israfil is, it's the angel in Islamic eschatology who blows the trumpet on the Day of Judgment to signal that the Day of Judgment has come. So, yeah, there's that. And now with this whole new Netflix show that's coming out, Cuties, so I'll kind of deal with this one by one. So with the whole Nike thing, obviously I've just said about those two examples, but as Muslims, we shouldn't really be wearing Nike anyway, only because it's named after the Greek goddess of victory. So you're literally wearing a shoe or clothing, etc., with the name of another god on it, to put it bluntly. Obviously, I know there are some differences of opinion there, and the way that I personally view it, as obviously I'm not an Islamic scholar, is to be better safe than sorry. So Allah isn't exactly going to punish you for not wearing Nike. Let's be honest. However, he could punish you for wearing it, given those circumstances. So, yeah, personally, I feel it's better safe than sorry just not wearing them. But that's just me. But then also, sorry, ignore the tattoos. But, yeah, also in regards to, this new Yeezy line that Kanye West has come out with. Now, bearing in mind, ever since Kanye West upstaged Taylor Swift years and years ago at the VMAs, I've always kind of thought he was completely insane. So, yeah, I'm not really surprised with this new clothing line that he's got. However, the fact that he's named it after something in Islamic eschatology. Why hasn't he named it after something in Christianity? Why hasn't he named it something in Hinduism or in Judaism, for example? Why is it Muslims he's specifically attacking here? So that's that. And also, for those of you who don't know, Nike profits off sweatshop labour. Meaning, those shoes aren't made in a really nice air-conditioned factory where everyone's, holding hands and skipping around because they're really happy to be at work. Absolutely not. They're profiting off labourers in underdeveloped countries where they can pay them horrific amounts of money in order to work there because they know that they need work and they're willing to do anything for it. They are under horrible conditions. They're called sweatshops for a reason because they're so hot and these people barely get a break. It's kind of like what's going on in China where at the Apple store or the Apple factory there, they were actually putting up nets around the building because Chinese people were actually trying to commit suicide by jumping out of the windows. So, yeah, now you know exactly kind of what a sweatshop is, and that's how Nike gets that's where they get their labour force from. Their workers are from, underpaid, underprivileged, underdeveloped countries and underdeveloped people, because they know that they can use them for cheap. And that's capitalism for you in a nutshell. Now, now with this new Netflix show called Cuties, now I've read an article online about this, and basically this movie series, whatever it is, was made in order to highlight the over-sexualization of children in today's society, which is true. Children are being highly overly sexualized, which is one of the reasons that we have things like teenage pregnancy shooting through the roof because of political correctness gone mad. That's essentially what's happened. This is due to political correctness. Now, this movie was intended to highlight that, to show that children are over-sexualized in society. So the way that they've chosen to highlight a big problem in, Western society and today's culture is by making a movie that literally does that. Am I the only one who sees something wrong there? Like, it's one thing if they made a documentary about this and explained kind of how children are like I said, overly sexualized in today's society. I know I keep repeating that line over and over again. Like, that's one thing. Would completely be fine with that. That's not what they've done. They've instead chose to make a movie about a Muslim girl from Senegal who lives in France, who sneaks out of her parents' home, takes off her hijab and any other religious clothing that she's wearing, to join a twerking competition. She's 11 years old. Am I not the only one who sees a problem with that? Did no one at Netflix happen to, the light bulb not flick on at Netflix and then they go, hang on a minute, maybe this is a bit weird? They're literally endorsing paedophilia. That's basically what's happening. Paedophiles are going to love watching this. because it involves prepubescent children dancing, you know, in a dirty or sexy kind of way. So of course they're going to love this. And this is what happens when you let political correctness go unchecked, on the grounds that it may offend some people. You get stuff like this. So yeah, guys, and let's not forget, this isn't the first time that Netflix have offended Muslims. You remember that show, The Messiah, that they had to cancel because so many people kicked off about it? And not just Muslims, non-Muslims as well have complained about that. So we can get this show taken down. And that's what, as Muslims, we need to do. We need to get this show taken, and not just as Muslims, sorry, but just as people in general. Because again, non-Muslims are also offended by this new show, because even they've said, stop sexualizing children. And, you know, so yeah, as I think as humans, we need to get together and stop the show from being put out there. Because like I said, it's sexualizing children, even though they're trying to bring attention to people doing that exact thing. So it's kind of hypocritical from the very start. And it's basically endorsing pedophilia, essentially. So, yeah, guys, anyone who watches this, Muslim, non-Muslim, whatever, write into Netflix and complain about this show. If enough people complain, we can get the show pulled. It's happened before, like I said, with that show Messiah. Enough people complained, so they had to cancel the show. So, yeah, guys, that's all from today. Thank you guys for tuning in. Until next time, peace.